Hi, ladies. Welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. As you know, I've been doing these special features once a month with a woman who I adore and who I want you to know and connect with. And today we have Cari. Welcome, Cari.
Hi.
Hi. So Cari and I met. She's a graduate and alumni of Mentor Masterclass. She is also a sister guide now in the current version of Mentor Masterclass, helping the women to step into the role of the coach. She is also in the Captivating Feminine Leadership Mastermind this year, devoted to traveling and taking space for herself and up-leveling her leadership skills. And today she has something really special and free to offer you as an introductory to her work. So I want to tell you a little bit more about her, and then Cari's going to share something really a special opportunity with you that I can't wait to talk about. So Cari is a licensed marriage and family therapist and an empowerment coach. She has realized her purpose in helping women heal, to find their voice and inspire others. Her work inspires women to deepen their connection to themselves and cultivate a real understanding of who you are, all within a safe container to allow your most authentic version to show up. She helps you shed the tight masks and ill-fitting roles. Are we not familiar with that, ladies? In your life, so you can show up for yourself and others authentically and lovingly. So Cari draws upon her training in family systems, strategic coaching, NLP coaching, and something really special I love that she brings is simplicity family life coaching to empower her clients holistically through all of those things. And her mission is to simplify their lives so they can connect with themselves, resolve old patterns, create the boundaries, build healthier relationships, and inspire us as feminine leaders. She's a wife and a mom to 3 active boys, including a pair of twins. And actually, I always joke about that. You don't say pair of twins, including twins, and is continuously learning how to balance it all while honoring herself. So Cari, I've had a front row seat to all the ways that you support women, not only in Mentor Masterclass as a sister guide, but through your holiday when you did the Simplicity Parenting Challenge. And I know one of the big umbrella things that you focus on is simplifying things, connection, and inspiration. And a huge thing that shows up around that is focused creation. You know, we're so busy and overwhelmed and disconnected off the time that I know, especially as a mom and you being a mom of 3 active boys, we have these experiences where even when we have space, we're not exactly sure what to focus on. And we have all these ideas of things that we want to create, and we don't have the time or we don't have the clarity to follow through. And so I was just thinking about this because I really see you as the master and genius in this area. And so when I think of when I'm wanting to simplify and when there is a lot of overwhelm or a lack of focus or creation happening, can you share kind of one of the biggest shifts that you've noticed in yourself and maybe with your clients around overwhelm that like has made the biggest difference in your life? Like, what are some of the things that come up around this topic that you're aware of being a master of this, not only walking your talk, but in witnessing and helping your clients through this transition to not overcomplicating things, simplifying, really connecting, and getting into a space of inspiration and focused creation?
Right. Yes. So, you brought up how one of the things that you like is the Simplicity Family Life Coaching. So this is something that I actually did when my son, my oldest, I think he was about 2, and I wanted some parenting help. So I found Simplicity Parenting and I fell in love with it, found out I was pregnant with twins.
Oh my
during
God.
the time. So I was so grateful for it. That was quite overwhelming, at the time. But one of the things that I love about it is that even though they focus like around parenting and the family and how children can get overwhelmed easily, I resonated so much with it. Like, I get overwhelmed. Like, I complicate things in my life. There's so much stuff coming at me. Obviously the children, but I started to see it like as adults, we have this happening. It's not just about the children. So I kind of shifted the way I do I moved more towards, wait a second, this is something that we as adults do. And especially as a mom, I do this, I can complicate things. You should be doing this, you should be doing that. You have all these things coming at you, and it's overwhelming. And like you said, like you can't really, where do I start? Where do I focus? I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And then we don't get anything done. And then, the guilt kind of starts to kick in, especially as moms, that we're not getting things done or things aren't working out the way. So I really try to focus on reducing that overwhelm as much as possible. And there's so many different things that you can do to do that. But once you do that, then you start to hear what inside of you, what's true and authentic to who you are. Whether that's parenting or your business or just, in your relationships, like what's true of you? Where's your voice? It's hard to hear it when you have all this noise going on around you. And then once you can hear that, now, that's more of who I am, or what do I want? Well, how do I get that now? And so that's where, we start to talk about, okay, well, let's focus on creating now, once we remove all that overwhelm, like what do you want to create now that you can hear yourself?
Yeah. One of the things I think is so unique about you, Cari, and how you work, because of the merging of your skills. You have a background as a family and couples therapist, so you understand the intricacies and the depth of what people go through. And then having gone through the simplicity of parenting for yourself, but then the way that you've caught this reframe that we need at this time in our lives, and you have this deep acknowledgement of all the things that are coming at us that overwhelm us and pull our focus or our ability to create, paired with your life coaching and feminine leadership skills and your personal practice and devotion to working with women in this way, is that when you give information, whether it's through your resources, like the way that you write, like I love following you on Instagram and the things that you share, or in the free resources that you're offering, and I know you're going to share some of those in a minute, or in working with you one-on-one, is that because of your deep awareness and the way you walk your talk, that's the energy exchange that happens in any way of working with you, or even just having a conversation with you. Suddenly things polarize into clarity. It feels a little more tangible and simple about what to do. And even the places where I didn't realize that I was swirling or in chaos or overwhelmed, just talking with you, things start to clear up. And so I want to just share that reflection with you, but I also want to share that with women. If you have this just feeling like you want to create something and you want to give yourself the space, Cari is so genius at supporting in simplifying those things and piecing together the connections. And so, Cari, I know you have some free resources you want to share with the women who identify with this today. And there's kind of like two tiers. There's the way of like kind of working with you in their own way, in a simple way, like something they can get right now. And also there's a deeper way. So tell us a little bit about these resources that you're sharing today, what they are and who they're for.
Sure. Okay. So yes, I have 3 resources that they can grab for free from my website. The first one is a 12 tips to reduce overwhelm and bring more ease into your life. Like let's cut out the chaos and the clutter, just, slow things down, make it easier, make life easier for yourself. So I have a 12 tips on that. And then also, I talked about before, like once you can remove all that noise and just simplify your life, you can start to hear yourself better and you start to recognize, oh, I want this, or this is really important to me. Now, how do you express that? Especially if you've been in relationship, because we're constantly in relationships. So if you've been in a relationship for the longest time and you have a pattern with each other, so you're now feeling these shifts. Now, how do I navigate these shifts in partnership with, whether it's a spouse or a family member or even your, a child or whatever. So being able to express that. So my second offer is it's a 20 essential tips for communicating effectively. So I have some coaching tips in there to help you with that. And then my third one is just a list of emotions that you can use when you're communicating in a more effective way, so you can speak with more clarity about where you're coming from.
See what I mean, you guys? It's like she literally just took us through a step-by-step process, foresaw the resources that we would need at each step of the way, and there. So these are all, if you go to Cari's website, carisans.com, the link is right below this video. You get all three when you put in your name and email, and you can start to kind of work through those steps to ease the overwhelm, be able to communicate as you're becoming more clearly with yourself, communicate in relationship, and then identify the emotions that would really serve you in that. And so I know that's kind of, I feel like we live in a time where like people want to be a lone warrior and just like dig into the resources, instant access. So that's available now. But Cari, I know you've also have such a beautiful offer for the women here today. Normally, Cari only offers, she's been doing this work for a long time. She's a master in this area. And even very limits, usually 30-minute sessions where people can get to know you and your offerings. But today, just for our tribe, she's offering an hour-long, she's calling it a focused creation. What do we want to call it, Cari?
Yeah,
A focus session.
Where we'll look at simplifying, connecting to yourself and in your relationships.
Yeah, so let's talk about this, Cari, because this is an opportunity for the women who are willing to be more receptive, to get a little more intimate. It's an hour call with you, a focus session where you guys are going to get to simplify and connect together. So you don't have to go through the free resources alone, but you actually get to talk with Cari as an expert and receive her help, which is amazing, in just uncomplicating it all, simplifying it, connecting the dots. So who do you think that's really for, Cari? And what are some of the results you see that happen from women who get to have an hour with you?
Yeah. Well, I love how you said connecting the dots, because that is what I do in my sessions, especially in those initial calls. I like to get information from my clients. So to me, that's simplifying. Like, okay, a client might be coming in and thinking about all these different things, but I want to bring them down. Let's keep things simple. And I like to get a picture of them in their life, like in their relationship. And when we do that, we start to see certain patterns in their lives that they've been carrying with them for a long time. And once they start to see that, like sometimes they've seen it, but once they start to see how it's not serving them anymore, and they've been using it to, really survive for a long time, and they're like, whoa, I don't want to just survive anymore. Mm-hmm. And they can see that, oh, this can be different. They're empowered. So, so that begins our work, just to kind of simplify it, if that makes sense.
Makes so much sense. The other thing I was thinking about right now, I have a couples therapist that I work with Brent, and I have a personal coach. And I was thinking about, in just with my therapist, we work on a lot of identifying the patterns, but then I need my coaching sessions to know how to turn that into forward action instead of just identifying the pattern, right? And so it brought forward to me another thing that I recognize in you as to why you're such a powerful woman to work with, because you get to bring both backgrounds together, to have a background as a therapist and then to be educated in coaching. And then I know this has been quite a journey for you over the years to see how they fit together and take the good from both. I just think it's such a gift to work from you that people get to receive those both sides of your genius, because you can go deeper in the pattern recognition and know how to hold space for that, while also knowing really how to have conversation about where that drives into action and where they're going. So this is such a treat, ladies, to get to have a full hour with Cari, and it's only available for 5 people. She's a busy mom of 3, twins included, so it's a special offering for 5 women. And if you want one of those sessions, you have to go to her website, where actually the link below, it's a link right to her calendar. The first 5 women are going to get them to book, so be one of the first to click the link below, and you have to do that right now, but the official deadline is by October 31st. So make sure you click the link below, and if you're one of the first 5 to sign up, you get a whole hour with Cari. And if you're not quick enough to get to those, or if you're not ready for, that kind of intimate connection, then go over to her website, the link below, and you'll get all three of those options to begin simplifying. And her support in this form is even more genius because it's written out there for you. You have a reference point. Cari, is there anything else you want to share with them before they take one of these actions that you feel is important as they're in this moment of decision, and if they're resonating with this overwhelm and simplification process?
Yeah. One of the things that's coming to mind is just, you had even brought up the support piece. I think that, to me, that's the most important piece. Because, as a couples therapist, I did couples therapies for so many years, and, I would create this container for the couples to create more intimacy in the relationship. But even, now it's just like, as a mom, as a person, like working with a lot of times women alone, we have to create, I have to create that in the coaching sessions, but I want to help women create that in their lives, because we need that support around us, so that, once we can identify who we are, we need to do that within relationships, like in support of one another. Mm-hmm. We have people around us that support us, and we can reflect things back to us and, witness who we are, in our most authentic version of ourselves. Mm-hmm. That is the most powerful stuff.
Mm-hmm. So powerful, and a really sweet way to close, because ladies, if you're feeling like this resonates, there's a bit of swirling, there's an overwhelm, there's a lack of focus, there's a lack of creation, there is this desire to connect. This step of leaning in to being one of the 5 that is willing to get intimate and to be seen initiates a level of embodiment where you can take that intimacy and create that in your life with your children, with your boyfriend, with your husband, with your mother, with your best friend, like those places where the real blocks exist. This is a safe space with a professional who can bring a level of conversation and question asking and support to help you create that intimacy there and then extend that into your life. Simplify, connect, and inspire. This is really your work, Cari, and I'm so excited for you ladies to experience it. So head below this video, be one of the 5 to get that session, that focus session with Cari, and or head over to the website. Maybe you want to do both so you get those resources that you can download right now. I'm so excited myself. I might head there now just to get those 20 tips for successful communication to pair with my own therapy with Brent. I love this so much, Cari. Thank you for this offering. It's so generous. Ladies, I'm so excited for you. By the way, come back and comment and let me know how it's going. And even if you have your own themes and stuff that you want to share about simplifying, about overwhelm, about focus creation and inspiration, post it in the comments below, Cari, and I will check it out. Thank you, Cari.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. And we'll see you next week on Wake Up Wednesday. Bye. Do you want to become a confident and masterful life coach? Imagine feeling completely supported by a brilliant sisterhood while you launch your dream business and attain financial freedom. Mentor Masterclass is an all-in life coach training program for 40 women who are on a mission to learn from the best. You can join Mentor Masterclass at the beginning of any new month while spaces are available. Head on over to mentormasterclass.com to learn more about the training and apply now.